Guys, it's Julie. I am the Penny Saving Mama. Just wanted to show you our food for Friday night, what we are doing. A few people are having leftovers, the mashed potatoes, the peas, and the chicken fried steak from church. I am doing something a little different for me. I have a sweet potato in the oven right now, and I'm going to roast some broccoli. This is very easy. This is going to be one of those budget meals. When I got the sweet potatoes, I bought them before Thanksgiving and they were 35 cents a pound. These potatoes aren't even half a pound, so like 10 cents maybe. And this broccoli, if you saw my grocery haul from today, I got the bags of broccoli that were already cut for 29 cents a bag. This is a little over half a bag. So when you roast, usually what you do is you put some oil and then whatever seasonings you want. If you want to make it cheaper and save those pennies, if you want to save a little bit, you can do it with water. It will be a little bit different in the long run, but overall, it's still roasted veggies. So let me get some water. So all I'm gonna do is sprinkle the water over the veggies. I'm not gonna saturate it. I would probably do more water than I would oil because a lot of it's going to evaporate while you're cooking. This might be too much, it might be too little. Guys, I'm not a perfectionist at this. I am not an expert, I just try. And sometimes I succeed and sometimes I fail. And then I have some, so just water, and then I have like some off-brand Mrs. Dash seasoning with no salt. Just gonna sprinkle that on top. And then you stick it in the oven for however long you want. Right now I have the oven set at 400, and I already actually have some of this in the oven. Depending on how crispy you like it, how well done you like it. Let me go ahead and get, so once you put the water and the seasoning on, it can go in the oven. The one I have in the oven has been cooking for about 20 minutes. It might go in a little bit longer. We'll just see. So if you can take a look, some of the edges are starting to get that brown crispy edge. Some of the ones in the middle are still kind of soft, so I may put this back in the oven for a few minutes. But I wanted to show you what I was going to do with my sweet potato. Let me go and get that out. I hope they're done. By the way, cooking in the winter is awesome. It helps heat up the house without using a lot of your heat. Yeah, that's nice and done. Okay, this is really hot, so if I was smart, I would wait to do this. But I never claimed to be that smart. Just ask my brothers. Okay, let's see here. I wrapped this one up well, didn't I? I can't find the edge. Oh, there it is. So most people, when they have sweet potatoes, you want the butter, you want the brown sugar, you want the marshmallows, all that stuff, right? Because you know you can still have a sweet potato and it'll still be kind of sweet if you don't use any butter and you don't use any brown sugar and you don't use any marshmallows. Plus it's cheaper because you're not using those extra ingredients. I am going to put a pricey ingredient on there, but not too much. So all I do with my sweet potatoes, I cut it down the middle. Let me get, I'm sorry, going right in front of you. I squish each side. to squish it to get the meat in there, the top. And I just sprinkle some ground cinnamon. And then some pecans. No butter, no sugar, no marshmallows. And it's still sweet and gives you the feeling of a good hearty side dish or your main dish. In this case, it'll be my main dish because I'm having the broccoli as well. Broccoli is not one of my favorites, but it is so good for you. So that's it. Easy, inexpensive budget meal. There you go. Sweet potato with some cinnamon and pecans. The pecans is the most expensive thing out of this whole meal, and I didn't even use a full serving. Typically, this meal would cost more. Typically, I don't find a bag of florets, of broccoli florets, for 29 cents. Typically, throughout the year, you don't find sweet potatoes for 35 cents a pound. But when you see those deals, like I said before, if you know you're going to use it, it is a big, big money saver. All right, let me check that broccoli. Put out the wrong one. All right, that looks a little more done. So we have an entire meal that is healthy and filling for less than $1. How about that? A plate full of food, less than $1. I think that is a success. Also, I was playing around with something earlier. We were going to make some popcorn tonight for my son on the stovetop. I don't think I've ever done that. And so I found that you can do it without oil. I'm going to make his with some butter and salt. But I made some with water. It is not the best. It's my first attempt. But just knowing that you can pop popcorn without oil is so exciting to me. And that'd be a great, great, cheap, inexpensive, and healthier option for a snack, whether it be at work or the ballpark or wherever. So I got my sweet potato with pecans and cinnamon and my roasted broccoli and my popcorn made with water. And that is in less than $1, for good, healthy food. It is possible. I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless.